Hey everyone, Melinda Iverson in here. And today I want to talk about basics of energy cleaning. Your energy cleaning, someone else's energy cleaning. We're going to make sea salt and soda bags. So here's one that I have already made. Now, let me give you a little history behind this. In 1974, Robert J. Wade-Mahany went to take a class from a lady named Frances Nixon in Alberta, Canada. And she was using bicarbonate soda and sea salt to do to keep areas clean. And apparently she used a beaker of sea salt and soda. I don't know who came up with the Ziploc bag version, but it's fantastic. So he, in his retelling of learning about this, talks about it's the first time that his recording wire, which is one of these that he used, actually moved because she had asked him to replace the one that was that she thought was full. He didn't know anything about it, and as he was walking, his recording wire began to register. Now, what it registered was that this sea salt and soda bag was full of disturbances, which is what we're going to do today, is remove disturbances from an energy field. Yours, somebody else's. This is a really great back to basics tool that you can use for someone's in hospital, someone who is perhaps in pain. It's just a way to help them keep disturbances out of their energy field, and hopefully it will help them feel a little better. So here's how you do it. Now, Ziploc bags, there are compostable ones as well that you can use. I have not tried this because I'm not sure how long they will last because they are compostable. However, I am all for eco-friendly ideas, but I'm going to show you because I already have a Ziploc bag. So you're going to take 1 cup of sea salt. Any kind of sea salt will do. It just has to say sea salt. It could be fine grain, or it could be more of a coarse grain like I have here. Now, this is 1 cup of sea salt, which you're going to put in your first bag, right? That's the sea salt. And we're going to take 1 cup right here, 1 cup. I'd say that's close enough. We could probably smooch it over a little bit more so we don't make a big mess. There you go. And you put it in together. Okay, so you have one cup of sea salt. I can get bulk sea salt anywhere, it doesn't matter. But sea salt, it must be sea salt, and baking soda. Now you're going to kind of take the air out, fold it over, and close the zip. What you want to do is mix it up a little bit so that they're incorporated together with each other. Yeah, like that. Okay. Now, we're going to take a second bag. Why? This is kind of precaution. If you're using this bag to scrub someone, it might pop open. We don't want that. So we want to make sure this is completely sealed. I'm going to fold this over, and I'm going to stick it inside, just like that. And it really doesn't matter whether you have the how you put it in. It could be at the top with the same top. It could be at the bottom. It doesn't really matter. As long as it's in there. And the second bag is completely, so not only is the first bag closed, right? But you want to make sure the second bag doesn't have any air in it either, and zip it closed like that. Okay, so now you have a perfectly clean, ready to go sea salt, baking soda, and sea salt bag, 1 cup each. Now, how do I do this? So how do I use this for myself or others? So let me move this out of the way. This was our little table here. Okay, now, how do we use this? Okay. I like to make thought forms on top of sacred books. Usually you wouldn't put a sacred book on the floor, but you know, I feel like it will enhance the energy purification. You can use whatever book you want. Any sacred text that you feel it's okay to put on the ground, or that you can, if you want to, you know, lay it on a sheepskin like I have here, like that, if you want, or something that will denote that it's sacred and it's on the ground. I'm going to step forward because I'm in the dark there. So this is the Diamond Sutra. It's one of my favorite texts by Thich Nhat Hanh. I've used Bibles, I've used Buddhist texts, I've used other books that I felt had a real high vibrational frequency to them. Okay, so on the floor. Now, thank you, Thich Nhat Hanh, for holding space here. Okay, oops, can't see it. There we go. All right, now, how am I going to do this? When you make a thought form, you just make a thought form of the person. You could even make a thought form of the animal. You could even make a thought form of just the injured part of the person you're working with. So if I was going to make a thought form for me, I'm going to follow my head. So I'm going to go around my head like this, over my shoulders, and straight down, right over the text. So I just created a thought form of myself. It doesn't matter whether it's facing you or away from you. Don't get hung up in which direction it is. Now, to help me with this, to identify this, you can write your subject's name or your name, if you want to, however you would, but the person you're helping on a piece of paper. So I have a name here on a piece of paper, and I'm gonna, and I put it on top of that. Okay, so in order, usually you do the book, the writing, and then the thought form. So anyway, this is there. Okay, now how do you use the bags? So first of all, they're going to make a lot of noise. They're very squishy. And when you get up close like this, you can hear they're very noisy. Really squishy. The idea is that this sea salt and soda bag is going to draw in any disturbances within the thought form. And Robert Wade-Mahany, in his storytelling of learning about sea salt and soda from Francis Nixon, talks about how his recording wire or his dowsing wire, whatever, you can use your pendulum, will record when it's full. So this is basic. And right now, with all these cosmic energies coming in, you know, it could be a really helpful tool to use one of these. So I have a stop form of myself, and in your mind, you imagine their head, right? So you have all the brain parts. It's a holographic version of yourself or whoever you've done. So I'm going to show you how to do it one more time. So imagine they're standing in front of you, around their head, to the shoulders, straight down to the ground. You don't need to worry about arms and legs. Okay. Clearing, how to clear. So you're going to take this squishy, very loud squishy bag. It's going to make a lot of noise. And we're going to just start at the head and stick it in and out of the thought form. If you can see me, in and out of the thought form like this. The neck, shoulders, right? Like that. And then imagine you're going down their arms. So one arm here, and one arm here. And then you're into the chest, tummy area, digestion. It's going to get all of the disturbances within the energy field related to these parts of the body. So you're going to do this. And you're going to go, well, down the legs, under the feet. Imagine there's a knee here. This is the pelvis. And then down, and then under this foot. And around. Like so. The bag will begin to get heavier. It'll start to feel like a wet rag. And it'll start feeling heavier. What you can do then is take your trusty dowsing instrument or your pendulum, whatever you're using. I can show you on different ones. And ask, is this sea salt and soda bag full of disturbances? Yes, it is. For me, a yes is a nod this way, or no is this way. So how full is this bag? Is it 100% full? Yeah, it is. So now that we've taken a lot of disturbances out of this thought form, we have a full bag. According to Francis Nixon and Robert J. Wade-Mahany, you can just put this outside for 24 hours and it will clear. Because I live in Hawaii, or if you live in a place where you have sunshine, you can put it out in the sun 12 to 24 hours, but you'll want to check it before you use it again. Okay, so that's one. That one's full. And if you determine with your dowsing, so before you start, you actually want to know if there are more disturbances in this field. So I'm gonna see if you can see that. Maybe I'll use my wire so you can see better. Okay, so I'm holding my hand against the thought form and I'm asking, see where you can see it. Are there any other disturbances in this thought form? Now I get a no. So we're done. However, if the person you're working on is in a hospital or is convalescing in some way, that means that they're compromised and they may not have the strength to ward off disturbances that they normally would. So what you can do is you can leave a clean sea salt and soda bag on their thought form, just right on top of it. You can stack a few, so you can ask. If I were working with someone who was having issues, who might be in a hospital situation or in a convalescing situation, how many sea salt and soda bags would it be beneficial for me to leave on them, say overnight? So I get 2. So I'll just leave 2 on them overnight. Now, you don't want to leave dirty ones on the thought form for obvious reasons. So when you come down in the morning, you can check and see, is this bag full of disturbances, yes or no? And then you can also put it outside, both of them. Okay, so that's basics. So we covered making a sea salt and soda bag, how to do it, how to make a thought form on a sacred text with someone's name, and how to use the bag. Now, I had a family member that went through a knee surgery, and he was having trouble with his recovery. So I just made a thought form of his knee. So I just knelt down and I put on the paper his name and I said, and this is the purpose of this. So his name, to bring healing, harmony, and balance, functionality, right? Reduce pain into this knee. So I actually made just a picture of his knee right here. Right? So I just made a thought form on that thought form, excuse me. So let's start over. If you want to, the first thought form, you just let it go. So you say, go with God. Now we'll get back to the knee. So imagine someone's going through a knee surgery or something. You're going to write their name, and you're going to write on that what you'd like to have happen. Harmony, balance, healing, reduction of pain, right? With their name here. Then you will create the body part. So for me, this is what his knee looks like. Now I would take the sea salt, and soda bag, and I would just scrub his knee in and out, up and down, just the knee. So I'm going to do this sideways so you can see. So I'm going left to right, in and out, and I'm imagining in my mind the kneecap, the medial side, distal side, the back, the front. And I'm going in and I'm scrubbing just the knee. You can do that with just an eye, just the brain, the heart. You can make thought forms of just individual organs. So when I'm complete with the scrub, go with God, and that's finished. And I would check the bag and see if it's full of disturbances. So hopefully that was helpful. What else do I want to say about thought forms? Thought forms are very easily created in our minds when we think of someone or something. We can create thought forms of, when I used to teach water dowsing with a friend of mine, Rob Thompson, he would create a fake stream out in the parking lot. And the students, we would, my students, his students, we'd all go together and we'd look for the stream and which direction it was flowing. And it can be quite fun when you do stuff like that. Imaginary ideas, which can be dowsed. So thought forms are very powerful. And we want to use these thought forms here for health and well-being for a person, with the heart in mind, with the intention of healing. Remember, always ask, can I, may I, should I? And if you get a no, then it's best not to get involved in whatever is happening with them at that moment in time. It could be something about you, it could be something about them, it could be, source knows more than we do. So we just, in this case, no is the way to freedom. But let me show you, if you don't have one of these, I'm gonna take them on now. Thank you. If you don't have a dowsing wire and you want to check the bag, so let's say you're using your pendulum, again, you're going to get a yes or a no if the bag is full, or to what degree it's full. It could be just a percentage. So this bag is 80% full. It's not quite full yet, so I can use it a little bit longer. If I'm using my dowsing rods, because I know some of you like to use these rods, you can set the bag down and douse with your rods. Whatever your yes is. My nose this way, my yeses are crossed. You can see that. Yeses, and then my nose are crossed like that. So is this sea salt and soda bag full? No, it's not actually. Is there a percentage that it's full? Nope, because it hasn't been used. So this is a new bag that hasn't been used yet. So of course you're going to either get, if you do it this way, yeses are crossed, no's are open, or neutral with your dowsing rods. So you can check it any way with any of these instruments. Okay. We're going way back to basics during these energetic times. These tools can be really, really, really helpful. Use your sea salt and soda scrubs. The other way, of course, is to take a Epsom salt bath or a sea salt baking soda bath, but it's not quite the same. It works, but these bags work. These bags work really, really, really well. And it's the first process I ever learned when I started dowsing in 2003. So lots of love to you. Leave questions or comments in the comment section. If you have questions, I will answer them for you. I will help you the best way that I can. Again, it takes about 12 to 24 hours for these to get clean. Leave them outside. You can put them in the sun. If you don't have sun, just leave them out somewhere where they'll be out in the air, and it will just, with the intention that it will disperse. Now, of course, eventually, you can probably use an etheric sea salt and soda bag. So you could make one in your mind's eye, a thought form of a sea salt and soda bag, and then use that over a thought form. You don't have access to sea salt and soda, go in that direction. Make a thought form of a sea salt and baking soda bag. You know what they look like, and use that in a thought form of somebody. So that can also work. We have lots of help. We have lots of ways to go. Love you so very much. I'm Melinda Iverson Inn. You can find me at melindainn.com or melindaiversonin.com. Please leave comments in the section, comment section. There is a etheric body You can look for a video on if someone's connected with their etheric grid. You want to make sure they're connected. That's also a basic. So that and this, and then the etheric body tune-up, which is kind of like getting them, their tires filled with air. And that involves a book that I wrote somewhere around here. It's etheric body. Here we go. Sorry, I didn't have it on hand. You got to see my butt. Anyway, this is so sea salt and soda scrubs, etheric grid, and this. These are the first aid kits for this time. Anyway, love you. Thank you so much. Tune in and don't forget to leave a comment. Bye.